Well, my name is Mike Tabb, and I am a customer of Community Insurance Partners. I really, other than the fact that I had been a user of health insurance over the years, and I guess I got a pretty good understanding of it through that route, like everybody else does. But other than that, I didn't know what the retirement phase of life would be like with health insurance, Medicare, and the involvement in all of that. I didn't know what health insurance would be like under the Medicare plan. So that was new for me. Well, I think like everybody else, particularly those of us that are going into retirement, I was most interested in having coverage that would apply to all of the infirmities that an old person can get into. It can be quite expensive when things on your body start breaking, and so you want to make sure that you have good coverage, and that was all that I knew to look for, to tell you the truth. Well, I have found your agents to be most helpful, and I guess I knew Jason before I knew any of your agents. And you know, you assume that the owner of a business is going to input himself into the company, and that's kind of what I saw. I knew Jason to be an upstanding guy, professional in what he did, a jokester, a lot of fun to be around, but I really wasn't sure what I was getting into from an insurance perspective. I found that the agents that he had brought in and trained were very professional, very helpful to my wife and myself. We spent time with them. They went through the details. I asked all the questions, and they were very patient with me. It was a good experience all the way around. One word to describe the experience with this company. I would say professional would be the word. You know, when you come in, as much of a jokester as Jason and I are, we kid around, we have fun, but when you step into this arena to talk about your health care, it's not something you want to joke around about. You want to be in the presence of professional people who know what they're talking about, don't make things up on the fly, but actually know what the facts are, and are patient enough to answer your questions and share the truth with you. And more importantly, I now am 3 years downstream from having retired and gone through that whole process the first time, and I have discovered that the things we talked about 3 years ago have come true. What more could you want than to have somebody tell you the truth in a professional manner, and then you find out it actually happens that way? Tabb. As a matter of fact, I have actually already done that. Interesting story, my wife's sister, who finds herself alone in her retirement years, older than I am, and she did not have anybody to help her with insurance up in Tennessee. So Jason was able to help me get her in touch with an agent in the area. Actually, I think we were able to get her in touch with one of his agents down here, and he was able to walk her through, at that time, the steps of getting proper coverage and that sort of thing. So we've done that with her, and then my wife's other sister, her younger sister, had the same situation over in Georgia, and Jason and I were able to get her help over in Columbus, Georgia, and she was able to get insurance coverage the same way. So I'm batting 2 for 2 so far with recommending the service to other people. Yeah.